Hey, brother. Did you miss me?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for PS5 games coming in 2025 that we're most excited to play. We aren't worrying about exclusivity, so as long as it will be playable on the PS5, it was considered. However, we are only including games that have official release windows of 2025. No leaked, rumored, or speculated releases here.
Still think you're the hunter?
Number 10, Crimson Desert. Originally planned as a prequel to Pearl Abyss's MMORPG Black Desert Online, Crimson Desert morphed into a single-player action-adventure title. And while the gaming landscape has no shortage of those, we can't deny how stunning this one looks. Players will control Cliff, a mercenary fighting to bring peace to the land of Pywell, a fantastical medieval world. Whether that's through helping out the common folk or by contending with vicious monsters, it seems we'll have plenty to keep us occupied in this massive open world. Visually, the game looks incredibly impressive, but gameplay, which we've actually seen a lot of, also looks to bring the best elements of its genre.
This dance shall resume some other day. Running again?
Number 9, Judas.
You are the frog in a pot, boiling so slowly. You don't even know what's happening.
It's been too long since we had a BioShock game. While a fourth entry is in development, we know almost nothing about it. Meanwhile, director Ken Levine's next release, Judas, looks very similar and is supposedly right around the corner in March. Aboard the Mayflower, a giant spaceship carrying the last of humanity, players will be torn between 3 leaders with their own plans for everyone's survival. Levine described the game as using narrative Legos, giving players the building blocks to craft their path, leading to multiple outcomes for different scenarios, and therefore multiple endings. As should the promising-looking combat that gives us plenty of cool abilities to wield.
People say I have this coming. And you know what? They're right.
Number 8, The Midnight Walk.
If you're intending to walk the midnight walk, you better be sure to keep your spark safe and burning.
Coming as a surprise state of play announcement in September 2024, we haven't stopped thinking about the Midnight Walk since. Visually, it's unlike almost anything we've ever seen before. Handcrafted entirely with stop-motion claymation, it undeniably impresses, especially with its blend of dark fantasy and horror elements. Players will travel with their charming companion, Potboy, bringing light back to the darkness. Along the way, there will be all sorts of twisted creatures blocking their path and attempting to keep them in the shadows. The game looks to deliver a beautifully haunting, artistic experience. And we can't wait for the visual feast come spring 2025.
The burnt one and a small flame took a wander down the midnight walk.
Number 7, Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
And everyone of that age vanishes into nothingness.
With a few exceptions, RPGs have become increasingly more action-oriented in recent years. But with Expedition 33, developer Sandfall Interactive seeks to show that its turn-based roots can be just as epic and visually impressive as the more frequent blends that have populated the genre. It follows a group of adventurers going up against the Paintress, who has the ability to wipe out everyone of a certain age just by writing it in the sky. We're all for another turn-based adventure to suck up all of our time a la Baldur's Gate 3. We also can't deny the allure of its stacked cast, including Charlie Cox, Andy Serkis, Jennifer English, and Ben Starr.
You know what Neverons are capable of.
She'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
Number 6, Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra.
Our cat friend is definitely here too. By the look of things, he's not very far ahead.
Set during World War II in Nazi-occupied Paris, Marvel 1943 will follow Captain America and Azuri, Black Panther and grandfather to the more well-known T'Challa, as they try to stop the rise of Hydra. Although it's a somewhat familiar setup, it has plenty of new elements to get us excited. Seeing the heroic duo team up for this new spin should please comic fans, and they'll have their own playable companions to keep gameplay varied. What we've seen so far looks to make wonderful use of Unreal Engine 5 as well. Crucially, we're excited to finally get another blockbuster narrative-driven adventure by Amy Hennig, the creator of Uncharted. Needless to say, we're ecstatic for this next step in superhero gaming.
I don't have time for this.
Neither do I.
Number 5, Doom: The Dark Ages. Some might argue that Doom doesn't need much lore, since the incredible gunplay and vicious gore are great selling points in their own right. But us? Well, we're just happy to get more no matter what. The Dark Ages will be a prequel to the 2016 revival, following the Slayer as he battles demonic hordes. Only this time, it's during the medieval times. Thankfully, that won't stop us from wielding the franchise's signature over-the-top weapons. We've already seen a shield buzzsaw combo and a gun that grinds skulls into bullets you can spray at groups. The quick-paced combat looks to be well intact, and we'll even get to ride on the back of a dragon. Sick. Number 4. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. The first Death Stranding is one of the most unique games we've ever played, and that says a lot considering it came from the mind of Hideo Kojima, creator of the Metal Gear series. Since it fascinated just about everyone who played it, even if they didn't like it, we have no doubt the sequel will do the same. Not much is known about the plot as of writing, though Kojima has stated the impact of COVID-19 inspired him. The first game focused on a divided humanity, so the worldwide pandemic understandably offered a lot of material to pull from. We're looking forward to how Kojima handles that within his strange world, but also the new explorable regions and combat mechanics.
Pain, you nurse, will only get worse. Sam the man in the dark.
Number 3. Monster Hunter Wilds.
So, Captain, what's your team been getting up to?
It seems with each new release, Monster Hunter has grown bigger and better, much to our delight. The upcoming Wilds will retain what makes the franchise so great, letting players hunt and battle against ferocious creatures, whether by themselves or with a group of friends. But there are a few tweaks to this formula that we're excited to see. One will be our mount, able to carry us into battle or help traverse the terrain. Another will be the focus feature, making it easier to target specific body parts of our prey. One of the most noteworthy additions is more dynamic monster behavior. Some may travel in herds, while others will be affected by time of day and weather.
Why? This wasn't supposed to happen.
Number 2. Ghost of Yōtei. Sucker Punch's Ghost of Tsushima was a phenomenal action-adventure game in a sea of many others like it.
槍川には兵が大勢いる。壁が抜かれてなけりゃね。
かつて槍川家の反乱を収めた。
The historical detail, the strong combat, and the unique take on open-world progression had us all thrilled to see what the studio would do next. While many were expecting a straightforward sequel, Ghost of Yōtei is set over 300 years later. It will follow a new ghost, a warrior named Atsu, as she goes on her own tale of vengeance in Hokkaido. The team has stated players will have more control of Atsu's story and decisions than they did with Jin's, but that's essentially all we know so far. Still, with such an excellent foundation, we can't help but get our hopes up. Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Eternal Strands, a colorful action RPG and the first game from indie studio Yellow Brick Games.
And welcome to the world of Eternal Strands, a new fantasy action-adventure game where the world around you is your weapon.
Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ubisoft needs a win, and this looks like it could be one.
People so quick to abuse their power do not deserve to keep it.
Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, taking the exciting franchise in even more unique directions. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Grand Theft Auto 6.
Lucia, do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
No matter the platform, you'd be hard-pressed to find a game coming in 2025 with more player anticipation behind it than Grand Theft Auto 6. The fifth game was released all the way back in 2013 and is considered one of the greatest games of all time. Despite GTA Online's frequent updates and support, we've all been foaming at the mouth for a new installment. The game will take us back to one of the franchise's most famous locations, Vice City, within the Florida-inspired Leonida. Amidst all the chaos and parodied American culture shown in the trailer, we'll control a criminal duo like a modern-day Bonnie and Clyde. This is a series that consistently delivers and entertains, and there's no way this isn't the biggest game of 2025.
Trust?
Trust.
What games are you most looking forward to playing on your PlayStation 5? Share your thoughts in the comments.
But I'm here to set you free, whether you like it or not.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.